It is the Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series, round 5 of 18 from virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I am Emerson Arden, and I have my colleague Edward Shearer alongside myself in the virtual booth this evening, and we're excited to be bringing you live coverage from virtual Las Vegas, Nevada. And last time out, we had a wild night back in the ATL that saw Wally Babb dodge and dive around the carnage and take the checkers first. And tonight, we're back at it here in Sin City and a diamond in the desert. Ed, welcome back here to Las Vegas. We're in for a great race tonight. Another mile and a half for these trucks before we tackle on the 2-miler out in Auto Club next time out. But here tonight, Las Vegas, Sin City, you know, gonna need a lot of luck to win here. For sure, these trucks, it is something else. It's almost a similar style racing we saw last week. A little bit more emphasis on tire saving, but what say you? These trucks here in Atlanta, it's gonna be a good time. I'm sorry, Las Vegas.
It's definitely gonna be a good time in Vegas. Definitely, like you mentioned, definitely gonna emphasize a little bit of luck. You know, this track with the truck series is a little bit more almost like a super speedway, even though we refer it as a mile and a half to everything else. But definitely gonna be a little bit interesting tonight. Almost like I said with the super speedway feel. Definitely going to be interesting to see who takes it easy in the first couple of runs. If we get there, fuel's going to be close tonight. I know that for sure from talking to some drivers already. But it's going to be interesting to see who takes care of their tires and runs the bottom, or might see the high lane work in maybe eventually to make some passes and maybe some full wide action.
Absolutely. And tonight, you know, we are running 100 laps just as we did last week. That also means our stage number is also 25 laps just as it was last week. It's going to be something else tonight here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are very excited for round number 5 of 18 here on the Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series and its 6th season, and we can't wait to get into it. Now here we are, qualifying has come to a close, and we will be able to show the starting lineup here momentarily as we have ticked over. And now here we go, Ed. Let's go through our starting lineup. And there it is. Row number 1, it's Andrew Harris in the 87. The 15 of Dustin Slider. I'm sorry, the 15 Dustin Slider starts second. It's Kyle Speed starting third in the 25. Matthew Greathouse starting fourth. Row number 3, it's Dalton McKenney and Jason Green. Making up row number 4, it's Nathan De La Rosa and Jeffrey Vickery, with Michael Sidor and Jeffrey Radke, the top 10.
And 11th last week winner, like we mentioned, Wally Babb in the 99, along with Austin DeLong in 12th. 13th, Joshua Marcy, along with Scott Kowal in the 32 and 14th. Aiden Graham in 15th, along with Benjamin Park, a former champion, in 16th. Ben Marr, along with Dan Park, in 18th. Sean Marr in 19th, along with Kyle Ryan in 20th.
Going on from there, we have 21st position, Carl Burke, Daytona race winner. Starting 22nd, Byron McDonald. 23rd will be Aaron Gerwitz, and 24th being Zach Maroney. Starting in row 13, it's Dylan Godinez and Jason Kratke. Back in row 14 is Gregory Thurlow and Walt Lepicki. And making up the top 30 is Derek Da Silva and Bob Nestor. Rounding up the field, we got Rylan Facinato, Connor Cunningham, and Michael Lepicki, the 33 drivers in tonight's Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series race here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Want to give a huge shout out to all of you virtual race fans joining us today here again in virtual Las Vegas. We're here for a good time tonight. Can't wait to get this action going. And the grid getting ready to do battle tonight here from Sin City. And before we get too far along here, I can go ahead, and we have the time to, you know, if I had to put you on the spot here, Ed, who you got tonight here in Sin City? Who are you putting, who are you going all in on?
Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna go with who I thought did a heck of a job last week. I'm gonna go with the 25 Kyle Speeds tonight. He had a really good truck last week in Atlanta. Definitely had a lot of pace between short run and long run, being the pusher or the leader. I'm gonna take his chances on Kyle Speeds tonight.
I like that a lot. I think that's a great pick. Kyle Speed's a very experienced individual here in the Speed Racing Network. And I think I'm going to go akin to some experience here up towards the front of this field. I think the 13 of Matthew Greathouse, I think he'll finally break through tonight, get himself a victory here at Las Vegas. Greathouse, he's, again, up there many a time here in the Speed Racing Network Glitch Truck Series. Made a good run in last season's playoffs as well. And Matthew Greathouse starting there outside of row number 2. I think can get it done as well. So both of us picking drivers from that second lane. Row number 1 sees Andrew Harris and Dustin Slider. Slider being a rookie here in the Speed Racing Network Glitch Truck Series, and Andrew Harris also being one of the experienced individuals here. And so, as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane, the field is in the hands of Andrew Harris. 33 Speed Racing Network Glitch Truck Series vehicles roar to life here at the Diamond in the Desert. Oh, we got a truck in the wall already. Big hit there to the outside walls. The 55 of Jason Green. We got a truck down the bottom side as well. Many a truck's in trouble here in the back. Looks like the other truck involved here was Connor Cunningham. Potentially, it for sure was Jason Green, but we stay green. Out in front, it's Andrew Harris and Kyle Spees.
Yeah, that was really weird for a moment. It looked like almost he just caught loose. It looked like the truck just got away from him with the cold tires.
Yeah, very intriguing there for Jason Green again, who won Talladega in this series last season. And so here he is once again, but this time in trouble here at Las Vegas. The top 2 they had started to break away, and we're really packed up back here. This is where a good bit of the pack here, Sidor and looks like De La Rosa along with Wally Bad, last week's winner, is in this mix as well. This is actually going on behind the leaders here, and right now Harris under attack from Speed, side by side for the race lead.
Yeah, Speed's trying to work that top lane a little bit. Not going to have any help right now, as it looks like McKinney behind Andrew Harris is going to give him a little bit of an arrow push down the back straightaway going into turn 3 and 4.
Side by side still for the top spot here in Sin City. It's Harris, it's Speeds across the stripe. It's gonna be the 87 of Andrew Harris leads that lap. Speeds continues to work all his might there on the high side. Now Dustin Slider joins him on the top side. It's McKinney, Greathouse pushing along the 87 on the inside. Back behind Speeds and Slider, way back there is De La Rosa and Burke. Not much more help coming for that high side, but still side by side for the top 5 spots here in Las Vegas. Completing lap number 4 to start lap 5. It's Harris still out in front.
Yeah, Slider had a little bit of an issue on that start. Fell back a couple spots, but back up here in the front row with Kyle Spees and McKinney. Spees just not having enough power right now to get control of that bottom. That bottom is really the preferred line here at Las Vegas for these trucks. Definitely going to have the most grip in the end. I'm just going to be interested to see how much tires Harris and McKinney and others back here, like maybe Greyhouse or even Sidor have. Oh man, we have a loose moment there.
Greathouse, he just jumped up. He jumped in front of the 32 of Scott Kalal, which, by the way, nice paint there for the 32 of Kalal. Rocking a nice black base there on that 32 machine. Can't wait to see how that does tonight. And now Spees has got that nose ahead here, Ed, off of turn number 2. Spees looking to clear to the front. Not yet, but he is nearly clear and drops down in front of Harris. And he's clear to the race lead.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Spees. Take control of that bottom lane. That outside lane works when you have a certain amount of trucks. You almost basically have to treat this like a super speedway. As you see Spees kind of playing both lanes here, trying to give a little bit of an edge to that top lane, so he keeps Harris side by side with Slider. But he's going to go back to the bottom here, the preferred lane going into turns 1 and 2. But I would definitely watch that 15 coming on this exit here. That top lane starting to get more and more trucks as this run's going on forward.
We ride on board with Nathan De La Rosa. He is that 4th truck down to the outside lane now. Slider leading that outside lane charge, and Spees trying not to get too far ahead here, but is breaking away a little bit from Harris and Slider as they are side by side, many a row deep behind the 25 of Kyle Spees.
Yeah, and basically the whole field's about 2 by 2. Yeah, this whole field's about 2 by 2. Maybe just a couple stragglers back there on the bottom, just waiting for anything to happen. But you know, like I mentioned, you got to treat this basically like a super speedway. So you might have people just hanging back, just waiting a little bit for the chaos, like we had in that opening lap with Jason Green. But right now, Kyle Spees, my pick, taking control of this race, almost like a super speedway. I had a feeling he'd be strong here. He was really strong in Atlanta last week. I mean, we both saw him ever say he was really good either pushing or leading. Him and Harris both. They were two definitely contenders up there. I mean, Andrew Harris, every time I've been in the broadcast booth with you, I mentioned he's finished second every time I'm up here. I mean, he probably wants at least one more spot ahead at this rate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As we continue on here, we work lap 9 of 100 here in Las Vegas. So far, so neat amongst the top, well, let's call it top 27 in this lead pack. Falling off that lead pack, and we have the 4 of Connor Cunningham in 28, Bob Nestor in the 36 and 29, Kratky in the 54 and 30th, Michael Lipicki, that is, in 22 and 31st, and Jason Green, who pounded the wall down in 32nd. Also off the pack is the 31 of Daniel Miglin. He has also lost he's lost touch with anybody. He is nearly a lap down, 2/3 of a lap down for Daniel Miglin. Also still yet to take the green flag today is Byron McDonald. Actually, he took 2 laps today, and then has put it into the pits. Byron McDonald did.
Yeah, I'm watching back here in this pack. We got Ben Park, Carl Burke, and Dylan Godinez in 4 wide almost on the front straightaway.
Yeah, we are.
Dylan's really trying to make some hay right now. He started 25th, and he's trying to make his way forward. But Ben Park as well has been hanging around back here. Carl Burke, definitely a contender last week for the win last week. Trying to make his way forward here a little bit, but I'm starting to see a little bit of this top lane starting to fade off a little bit. A lot of these guys are trying to get back on the inside here and save a little bit of tire. Dustin Slider's been fading back here. He's now back here with about Wally Babb and Austin DeLong, like 4th, 5th, and 6th. So that top's starting to fade a little bit. I think everyone's trying to preserve a little bit of tire here, but like we have that stage coming up at lap 5, I believe it's 25. You said.
Yep, 25.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see this top lane start to work a little bit longer.
I think Burke caught that outside wall. So now Carl Burke in a little bit of trouble as he drops down for running order. And you're right, Ed, that outside lane is starting to fade. And the difference here is, wow, this is still very much alike to the Atlanta racing we saw last time out, Ed. The difference is tire wear means a little more here. The banking is just a little less banked here. Pretty high still for a mile and a half. I mean, we're talking still 20 to 22 degrees of banking here in the corner, maybe 24. But it's not the 28 or 30, we saw at Atlanta.
Yeah, I think Greathouse is starting to, I don't know, but it just looks like he's getting a little impatient with Dustin right now. He's peeking that nose on the outside, if you see on the front straightaway and the back straightaway. So I think we're waiting momentarily here.
Here he goes.
There he goes right there. I thought he would.
I thought he would too, yeah.
I think he needs to build a run, I think. He's just not close enough right now to do it. But I think a lot of these guys are starting to get a little bit impatient trying to get to the front. But it's just so hard to pass here. Everybody's just about even with these trucks. I mean, everybody's running the same speeds and the same draft and everything. And the other thing I'm going to be interested in is like how well these guys on the bottom lane been saving tire a little bit. We're going to lose grip here probably. Oh, I don't know. Maybe about 5-10 more laps with how we run the fuel system here and everything. And that bottom's not going to be great. It's going to be a little bit tight like we were in Atlanta last week.
But you know what? It's a great test for these guys to do it here in the first stage, right? Figure out just how aggressive can you be on a set of tires here. When you know you do have a guaranteed caution flag to come save you here in a few laps.
And I think having control of this field like Kyle Spees has right now so far for the last couple, as we hit lap 16, taking control of this race has been pretty well managed here for the 25 truck in the 87. And that Greyhouse has finally dipped on Dustin. He dropped down to the bottom and behind Wally Babb. So now McKinney's going to be behind Dustin right now in the outside lane. But I'm seeing not a lot of movement right now. This top lane, I mean, we got a lot of 3 wide going on in the back. A lot of guys shuffling back there in that middle pack. But it just seems like nobody really is making too much headway to the front. I mean, maybe the biggest jumper right now I would say is Wally, starting from 11th and jumped up to 15th. So, or jumped up to 5th, excuse me, 15th. But, yeah, and also looking, Kyle Spees is kind of pulling away from Harris. I mean, he's got maybe about a truck, 2 trucks in front. Just about. I mean, he beats him in the corner.
Yeah, Spees, I think he's got this technique nailed down. As far as biggest mover in the day, it would be that 38 of Gregory Thurlow. Looks like he started down in the 27th position, and he is up right now battling for the 14th and 15th positions. They're 3 wide back here.
Man, he about had his hands full.
Oh, yeah. As far as Kyle Spees, you're right. He's opened up the gap a little bit. I don't think he's going to break away from the draft, but he has definitely given himself a little breathing room.
Yeah, and for one thing I'm watching too is Harris is catching him just about on the exit of the straightaway too. I mean, Speed's doing this little cutting technique. You know, Harris gets a big run on him in the exit, but then he just can't go anywhere because both him and Dustin are side by side.
Look at Slider. Yeah, Slider. He was many a truck back. And here comes Dustin Slider.
Wow, I don't know where he got this run from, but it's crazy right now.
Huge run.
McKinney must have a lot of air just pushing to the back of that truck right now. Ooh, Speeds is trying to wash up here and give him some dirty air. I don't know if he's going to be able to clear it because Slider's coming with a run again. Going with the side drive down the front straightaway. He's going to be on the quarter panel trying to take a new lead here.
A big run here from the 15 of Dustin Slider. Just when we thought he was dead in the water head, he rises to the occasion. He's back from the dead. This time by is 5 laps to go in stage number 1, and they are dead even heading into turn 3.
Yeah, Speeds went up for a little bit of side draft down that back straightaway. Slider's got to try to get back to that corner panel, even the door right now to try to side draft him. Speeds has got to do all he can to side draft right now as well. He doesn't have really much help right now because Harris is kind of falling off a little bit. And McKinney with a nice shove down the front straightaway to Slider.
Dustin Slider leads at the stripe last time by. Can he hold on 4 more times around this time by? Speeds continuing to put up a big fight down the inside, but you know what, Ed? He doesn't have that help directly behind him. Harris is lagging back, and Harris jumps up.
Yeah, Harris jumped shipped on him. I'm really surprised.
Oh, truck to the wall. Jeffrey Radke in trouble. Big hit there for the 65 of Aiden Graham. And the caution comes out. Goodness gracious. Not a big crash, but big hits going on in the back of the field here. Let's see if we can get this one queued up.
And looking back at it a little bit, Emerson.
Here we go. We'll slow it down here for the initial look at it.
It looked like Radke just washed up off the bottom.
Yeah, Radke and Graham, they get together. Radke gets turned right in front of Godinez. Nowhere to go. And then the 65 gets loose, gets hit again. And just massive hits for all 3 of those guys. Looks like Godinez actually might be okay, but Radke and Graham, those are the ones that took the biggest hits.
Yeah, Graham, I think, is done for the night. That engine's terminal.
Look
a lot of smoke coming out there. Radke, I think, has got some decent aero damage. He didn't really hit the middle of the truck that bad, but that's definitely going to be some decent aero damage. And I believe Gutierrez has got some decent damage to that side panel from hitting the wall right there.
Big hit there for Godinez. Yeah, you're right.
We're lucky to not have more trucks involved in that, too. I mean, that's dead in the middle of the straightaway where everybody's just about full throttle.
And with this, everyone has pitted.
And I did get confirmed from race control that was the end of the stage, too.
And so now, who was the leader?
I think it was Slider. No? I think it might have been.
You know, that might be something. We'll go back. We'll take a look at the replay again to see who was the leader at the moment of caution. Here, so we'll go back. Oh, they were battling.
Yeah, and the time of the caution was just about as they were heading into turn 1, too.
There's the yellow. And Slider is out in front.
Yep.
Looks like he should have been the stage winner.
Oh, contact there too as well? Looked like McKinney got into the back of Slider. There's nothing on Slider's truck.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of contact.
As they come around, Slider did not pass speed. So this is after the cautions come out. No one's making any sudden move.
Oh, I wonder if they went off the last timing loop with iRacing. And Speeds maybe went a bit ahead.
Oh, well, Slider went ahead there. Slider slowed down. Oh, they have to let the pace car by. Okay. Slider was the leader. There's that. Let's see. We have time now to try to talk to our stage winner. Don't believe so. Oh, maybe. See
He's
here.
down there in general if you want to pull him up.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and bring on up. Oh, I forgot. We gotta do this one certain way, Ed. And so here we go. All right, Dustin Slider, stage 1 winner, man. That was a very intriguing first stage and cut a little short there in the middle of that battle.
Yeah, pleasant surprise, man. Just kind of hanging with it. Goal today was just to have a clean race, and knock on wood, as of this moment, it's going a lot better than what the goal was. So, yeah, keep digging.
Seems like it, Dustin. Looks like you got a lot of speed here. You qualified on that front row as well. How about it? What do you think of your chances here over the next 75 laps to keep this track position, keep yourself rolling?
Man, we're just going to go for a good finish. We've had a rough start to the season, so it's just going to be, I'll just be happy with a top 10, top 5, and we're going to give her hell.
Absolutely, Dustin. And losing the lead there on the pit stops. I know the pace car collecting y'all was a little bit of a confusing point there. Any improvement there on the pit stop that could have been made?
Yeah, I mean, mostly on my pit. Actually, leaving the box is where I lost time to Spieth. He just got traction a lot quicker than I did. Good on him. Great pit stop. Great job by his team.
All right, Dustin, we'll leave you to it. Congratulations on the stage 1 victory, and best luck to you the rest of the way, man.
Cheers, guys. Good luck.
Right, and that was driver of the number 15, our stage 1 winner, Dustin Slider. And so we're getting ready to get back to the racing action here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This Kyle Spees, Dustin Slider, Dalton McKinney, Andrew Harris, and Scott Kalal, the top 5 as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down the pit lane, and V33 Speed Racing Network Glitch Truck Series vehicles roar back to life here from Las Vegas. Spees and McKinney, the top 2 as they pull away from the rest of the field. And everyone battling it out behind.
Yeah, Slider did not get a good jump on that last restart. He had a heck of a time getting it up into gears there a little bit. He's losing some track position. Now battling with Wally Babb now for 6th place. But everyone right now is looking so far so good, trying to single file it out. And it'll be interesting to hear Emerson. I mean, who's going to fuel save here a little bit, because, you know, hanging in this draft a little bit, you can definitely fuel save a little bit. That leader's going to burn a lot more. So, oh my goodness, Wally Babb had a moment in turn 1 there, almost want to start the track in the Slider, but you can save about 27, 28-ish laps, you know, fuel. So we're definitely going to see these guys at least 2 more times on pit road.
Yeah, we're right there.
Yeah, just about. These guys all pitted together on lap 22, and depending on how they max saved on the exit of the pit road, who knows? But it's gonna be a decent chunk.
Yeah, if we go green to the end here, it's definitely a 2-stop race. It'll be from there how aggressive these guys are. Fuel saving as contact in the back. See, trucks go sideways. Looks like we stay green for the most part. Most of the field works their way around. Looks like it was Zach Maroney. A truck in trouble there in the Valvoline number 20 machine there in the heart of the field. It's Spees, it's McKinney. Harris. Oh, wreck in the back. Oh, caution is going to come out here, and trucks involved include Derek De Silva, Jason Kratke, and more.
Yeah, I see Kyle Ryan involved in that. Aaron Gerwitz got a piece.
And let's go investigate because of this one. This one was going on for a minute. said you saw Gurwitz. I think that's where this is gonna start, Ed. We'll take a look at it. Oh, it's behind actually there. Yeah. Looks like Lipicki gets turned up the track into to the 9 machine of Gurwitz. Kyle Ryan involved there. De Silva spins off to the inside.
The weird thing, it looked like Walt Lipicki went to the apron, it looked like. And then Kyle Ryan, I don't know if he thought that Walt wasn't giving him enough room and kept trying to wash up the track, but Kyle looked like he just turned right to give him more room and didn't know Gurwitz was that close pinching. Like it looks weird from the angle I'm looking at, but you see it here. So like, watch you off of turn 4, right? So Walt Lipicki's gonna come with a decent run off the bottom, cut the apron, washes back up the track, and then Kyle looks like, I don't know if he just misjudged Walt coming back up. Or
I think he got a little scared more than anything. Walt did come up at a pretty fast angle towards the racetrack, but he did not hit him. But I think Kyle Ryan made that move in anticipation of being hit, and that's where that came about.
And then, also a little bit on Kyle's side too. I don't think you would expect somebody that cuts the apron like that to come back up that soon too. Usually they come back up like at the end of the straightaway, like right there where that Las Vegas sign is. So I think it's a little bit of misjudgment there from Walt, but it's just awkward, I think, right now for Kyle. Sure. Man, Gurwitz got a decent chunk of damage from that. Walt got really good damage from that. Kyle Ryan.
A lot did go on there, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this opportunity to pay the bills here. We're gonna go ahead and give a little spotlight here to our partners here at Speed Racing Network. Don't you go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are here working lap number 34 of 100 here in the 5th race of the Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series season. Working our second caution of the evening, our second one for incident. Our first caution was for incident, was declared the sage caution. This one features Walt Lipicki and Kyle Ryan making the initial contact, and they got together. But there a few other trucks involved, and well, here we go. Out in front, we got Kyle Spees, Dalton McKinney, Andrew Harris, Scott Claw, and Wally Babb, the top 5. And so, getting ready to get back to that racing action. The iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane. The field in the hands of Kyle Spees, and racing once again from Sin City. New leader here at Las Vegas, it's Dalton McKinney. Not too soon, though, as Kyle Spees roars back on that high side. Andrew Harris looking for a piece of the action as well. 3 trucks under a blanket and more to come as Kalal and Babb close the gaps behind.
Yeah, Babb looks like McKinney's only help right now as everybody bailed on him to go to the top lane. Scott Kalal and Andrew Harris working together to try to help Kyle Spees power through on that top side, but a little bit of separation behind that as Matthew Greathouse is just basically observing right there in that middle lane on that white truck in the middle, now going to the top. But McKinney trying to hold off Kyle Spees with a hard charge on that bottom lane. How much can they hold? See how much on this back straightaway that Kyle Spees gets a shove from Andrew Harris.
Double wide, at least 3 rows deep, and there's more behind. As Spees and McKinney do battle there. Then it was Harris and Babb, Kalal, and Greathouse tried to join the mix as well. Sidor DeLong, Ben Park, and Nathan De La Rosa. But top 10. As they come across the stripe, it's McKinney and Spees still dueling it out.
Ollie Babb just about gave McKinney a bad shot there off the apron. When you hit somebody below that apron, it is not fun. It definitely wants to get that truck sideways, but luckily they were both able to hang on to their trucks. But right now it's just a dead heaving right now in this front two. You got Kyle Spees and Harris, McKinney and Babb right now, both just hanging on for this lead. As McKinney looks like he's going to power through and about clear Spees, but Spees is fighting back with the side drift.
McKinney had a nice run there out of turn 4, then he dove down to the inside to try to continue to pull on Kyle Spees. It'll be side by side for the second position as Dalton McKinney clears out in front of Kyle Spees. Spees isn't done. He jumps to the outside of him still.
Oh man, Spees did not want to be denied right there. He wanted to not let him get clear himself. I was about to say, I would be surprised if McKinney let Babb hang out the drive, but they did pretty well right there.
They certainly did. Going at it here as we right on board with Dalton McKinney. Look behind as well. You see there the pack all over one another. Him and Spees still side by side. We jump back to that battle here down the back straight away. Now Greathouse looking to join the fray there to the inside of the 32 machine.
Yeah, I think Greathouse is just being patient right now. He's more of those patient type of drivers who waits till the end to maybe make his mark, but right now, I think he's just managing his stuff because both McKinney and Spees are having to burn up a lot more here than everybody else behind them. But Spees just looks like he has a really good truck right now. He can control both either the top or the bottom, and McKinney's really good right now on the bottom. I'll just be curious how good their tires will be on the later run of this part because McKinney looks like he's using a lot up on this bottom lane to try and clear Spees. As he's getting closer and closer, he just can't get the rear end clear. He has about maybe over 3/4 of a truck clear. He just can't get the rest of it clear.
He did for a moment, but Spees didn't like that. He went straight up the track to avoid it and had the run enough to get back up alongside the 46 machine. And they duel out again, double wide here. Into turns 3 and 4 at Las Vegas.
Andrew Harris is helping a little bit of Kyle Spees, but Harris has got to be careful. Too much on that left rear quarter panel. It's going to side draft basically Kyle Speed's back just a tad bit if he gets too close. And that would help McKinney just to basically clear them. But McKinney's got really no help right now. Wally Babb's having a little bit of a tough time getting back to the rear bumper of that 46 truck right now. Matthew Greyhouse is trying everything he can to try to help him, but it looks like Waller's playing more of a defense on this 13 than anything.
Now Spees clears out in front of McKinney, and now Harris, here he goes into that battle for that second position. And you're right, the inside is starting to die a little bit. Wally Babb kind of just hanging in there because he's boxed in right now.
And Matt Greyhouse looked like he had a moment off of turn 3 and 4, had to catch it a little bit, lost a little bit of track position onto Wally Babb. Now Ben Park is looking to the outside of him for that position.
So here we go. There it is. The top 5 under a blanket. The top 10 all up here, all within 0.8 of a second. Check out a little further back here.
We got
Double
Ben
wide
Morrow back here. Ben Morrow and the 31 of Daniel Miglin back here. Both having solid runs tonight. Miglin was off the pace earlier. We mentioned he was about, what, 2/3 of a lap down, just about.
Yeah, I think he started tonight's race from the pit here, Ed. He's up 17 spots from where he started. Rylan Facchinato, he's up 16 spots from where he started, and 14 to Gregory Thurlow is up 14 spots from where he started. A lot of big movers here in the middle of the pack.
They had one of those Joey Logano moments from Atlanta. Basically got lucky with the caution before going a lap down.
Oh yeah. This caution, it took about 20 extra laps off the lap there.
I'm looking up towards the front a little bit too, Emerson. We got a little bit of lap traffic coming up in here. We got about, what, 2 trucks just about going a lap down. We got Gerwitz and the 5 of Derek DeSilva. Derek DeSilva is pulling over, it looks like, to give these leaders, but Gerwitz
3 wide here for that 4th position.
Again.
Kalal way up the track. And now Gerwitz jumps off the racing surface as they are 3 abreast heading into turn 3. Scott Kalal like potentially in trouble.
Yeah, Kalal looked like he was trying to get stuck in the sucker hole right there. I think everybody was trying to get around him, but it looks like he's going to find a hole right back in front of Nathan De La Rosa right there in the front.
Good for Kalal to not drop too far back, but that could have been something else. And Greathouse was pushing the 86 aside order. He was looking to maybe take it 4 wide.
Yeah, Kalal just about got clipped by De La Rosa. Yeah. Kalal's really trying to make this 3rd lane work, but I just don't think he has enough energy to get a decent run off of it. He needs like a little bit of help basically to help get him a little bit of a run on the exit. It's just everyone's working the 2nd and 3rd and 1st lane to where they can get a better draft.
We're starting to get to the point here, Ed, now. Here in the next 10 laps, pit stops are going to start to become a question. If we can keep it going at this point, because you think all the leaders still, they pit on lap 22. And
we had even a couple of those guys in the back too.
Yeah,
we had a couple of guys in the back too, pit on 31 on that last
yellow. Side door.
Oh,
Oh, baby, Sidor and Babb nearly getting together. What a save from Wally Babb and Sidor, for that matter.
Yeah, that was a wreck waiting to happen.
Oh, baby. They wrecked. They just didn't.
Yeah, it was about halfway wreck right there. Wally did everything he could to get off of him. Michael just had his hands full.
Both of them did a great job, and they're still up inside the top 10.
Yeah,
and here comes McKinney. Dalton McKinney to pit lane, all by himself.
Oh, and one more truck behind him.
Facchinato.
69.
He tried, and he does, but at the expense of a little bit of extra lost time.
And I saw that whole left front of Facchinato lock up.
And so now
I'll be surprised if he made speed.
Yeah. We have a top 3 breakaway here, and the caution comes out. Gregory Thurlow and Walt Lepicki involved. Looks like Michael Lepicki involved as well. Gregory Thurlow and Walt Lepicki, the main ones in trouble. And so this actually plays beautifully for Dalton McKinney. No, he got lapped.
Oh, boy.
If McKinney could have stayed on the lead lap, he would have been fine, but because McKinney got lapped, McKinney's gonna lose out on potentially get the lead of this race, and this is gonna hurt Dalton McKinney. So let's go back and figure out what happened here to Gregory Thurlow and Walt Lipicki.
Walt was a lap truck, I know, that was just coming straight back. There he is on the bottom there.
That
in front.
blue, orange, and black truck on the inside, and Austin DeLong just, I don't know.
Looked like he tried to shove him and just turned him.
Yeah, I mean, he caught him at a high rate of speed, make contact there. Ben Morrow on the high side.
But, I mean,
Walt Lipicki here. Oh, of all people to hit Walt Lipicki, it would be his son, Mike Lipicki.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's just odd though. I don't know why Austin would try to work with the damaged truck like that. I don't know. They wouldn't go nowhere, but I don't know if he was just. I don't know. It's just not the smartest idea if Austin was trying to do that, or maybe he was just trying to get around him and.
Or bad timing, and wow, so unfortunate for both Lipickis, really.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, Mike looked like he didn't even have anywhere to go.
He didn't. So I'd be intrigued to see here, and I'm going to go back. Do you see what DeLong was seeing here? This is back here, entering turn 1, a huge head of steam, and he's just catching Walt at a high rate of speed. Walt's trying to keep it down there, and he does for the most part. He's all the way on the white line at this point, but when DeLong catches him, it was just bad timing.
I'm curious though, does he have a truck to his outside?
He did, but not tight on him.
No. So like he could have won. So it looked like he makes a decision basically to stay there. I just don't know if he's expecting Walt to just go down to the apron and he just didn't. Or I mean, right here you gotta think he's staying on the track. He's just getting out of the way. Walt's doing everything fine right here.
And actually, by the time DeLong gets to him, Walt is pretty much as low as he can get.
Yeah, I mean, right there you can see too. DeLong has about 2 truck lengths up to the right. He could have easily just stayed to the right.
Oh, big move there from, I believe that was Carl Burke, to avoid any more damage. Intriguing incident there. What we know for sure is Dalton McKinney is the first driver behind the pace car. He is not the leader.
That was absolutely the worst timing, Dalton McKinney right there.
It
He's
almost
very frustrated too.
And the sad part is it almost worked. It actually almost was perfect timing, but they just wrecked a little too late. And credit to the leader, Kyle Spies. I don't know if he knew how far along pit lane Dalton McKinney was, but Kyle Spies, by him continuing to keep it on the gas when the caution came out, he lapped Dalton McKinney almost strategically there to keep him a lap down and force him to start at the back of the field. Like,
yeah, McKinney pitting there too probably would have brought more people.
Yeah. But it's just crazy to think. If that truly was the case, that Kyle Spies kept his foot in the throttle after the caution came out to catch the pace car quicker to put a lap on Dalton McKinney, how smart, how big brain, for lack of a better term, would that be?
Probably would have been the move of the race. More likely.
Think about it. He's been racing him all race long. And you put your biggest competition a lap down knowingly. I mean, that would be something else. Well, here we are, working our third caution of the evening. Not bad, 55 laps, 3 yellows. It hasn't felt bogged down today. We had 2 in quick succession at the stage break, but after that, we had a nice little green flag run before and after first 2 cautions.
I'm going to be interested to see how aggressive people are going to be here, because we're easily going to have to make one more stop to the end.
Oh, yeah.
But it can be interesting depending on how late these people are going to want to go. These guys are going to want to go. Because, so, say we go 26, 28 laps. talking
Bunch
what?
of these guys are gonna try to go,
82?
82 to 85, if they can stretch it that far. Which that'd be 15 laps to go at that point. Depending on how the race is going, you could think maybe it's going green to the end. Maybe you take a splash or 2 tires. I don't know. But we'll find out as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down the pit lane. The field is in the hands of Kyle Spees as we roar back to racing. This is gonna be a big wreck here on the front straightaway. Truck's off the racing surface and a truck around and the caution comes out. Austin DeLong around on the front straightaway.
I'm not gonna say I didn't see that coming, but I saw it coming in the entry to turn 3.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Austin DeLong had his hands full. He kept walking that truck up the track, and it finally met another truck and it just sent him to the left.
You know what we'll do? We'll just go back to the restart for this replay. We'll just watch the lap, because you're right, Ed. This is happening for a while. So here's the green flag for Austin DeLong. He's got Dustin Slider to his outside, and here's them getting up to speed here into turn 1. I don't even think he made it to 4th gear by the time he was sideways. DeLong was.
No, and that's just an example of how the cold tires are in these trucks.
See there, he's racing hard. Who's that 35 machine? The 35.
That's Marcy.
Joshua Marcy. And right there, the long cold tires. Sideways. Contact with Marcy. More sideways. Gets clipped by the 51 of Vickery. Spins and caution.
That was eventful for DeLong for that whole lap.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, no damage. That's the positive.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little bit from the contact with Marcy. I'm not sure. Maybe also the one with Vickery. But other than that, he's probably gonna want to come get 4 new tires after that. I mean, right there. Just watch the steering wheel. He's already turning right there in the middle of the corner. Yeah. He had his hands full all the way. Now my other thing. Did he? I don't think he touched the apron, right?
No.
It didn't look
no,
like
he was just loose. Or if he did,
Yeah.
it was after he got loose.
Yeah, because you saw right there in the middle of the corner, he had his wheel starting to turn right a little bit.
Big moment there for the 89 of Austin DeLong. And while we work our 4th caution period on the evening, we are going to take another step aside. We're going to let the partners here at Speed Racing Network pay the bills, do the talking here. The messages from our partners here at SRN. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And here in virtual Las Vegas, Nevada, we're here at the Diamond in the Desert. It's Emerson Arden and Edward Shearer alongside myself here in the virtual booth this evening. We're working our fourth caution period of the evening here at Las Vegas. All four for incident tonight. And our field is working their way off of turn number 4. Racing action soon to follow for the first time tonight, Ed. It is a new leader in control of the restart. It is the 13 of Matthew Greathouse as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane. The 13 of Matthew Greathouse leads this field back to racing here from Las Vegas. Out in front now, Michael Sidor trying to jump out to the outside, maybe to the inside. The 13 of Matthew Greathouse. Speed trying to get something happen on the high side there with Andrew Harris, but it's all Matthew Greathouse out in front here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it seems like those two have been lined up together the whole night, just about Kyle Speeds and Andrew Harris.
Yep.
I mean, we've seen them both together enough tonight. Matthew Greathouse out front now with the clean air. Let's see how it dictates this run coming from Kyle Speeds. It looked like he went to block it for a minute, but I think Kyle's going to get to his outside and just about be there on his quarter panel going into turn 1.
Sidor now becoming a prominent figure in this lead battle, being the pusher there to the 13 of Greathouse. Greathouse tries to go up and rough up the 25, comes back down the racetrack, side by side here in the turns 3 and 4. Speeds and Greathouse the front row as they double wide off of turn number 4 here in Las Vegas. Speeds with the run and Speeds with the lead across the stripe.
And Speeds with the preferred line going into 1 and 2 can basically just keep it about full throttle. Matt's got to be careful about maybe even keeping it full throttle because he's going to wash up into the 25 truck. But Sidewell right now not really being much of a help right now to Greathouse. Look at how far back he is from that 13 truck as Harris is all over the back bumper just about of the 25 going into turns 3 and 4. But Speed is still with a nose ahead coming down the front straightaways with Harris now even contending for second place with Matthew Greathouse.
Here comes Kalaw as well. These three tightly packed up to one another's tailgates and noses here on the high side. Now Wally Babb joins the fray. It's Ben Park, the 5th truck on that outside lane. And down the inside, nothing coming of it really much. There's Sean Long in the 84, maybe the 3rd truck on the inside, but he's not even really a factor with the inside lane right now. Now as they close up together, maybe. But Speeds is now clear, and Andrew Harris is nearly clear of the 13.
Yeah, just about nearly clear, but he's also pulling Scott Kowal, like you mentioned, and Wally Babb, who we mentioned a lot tonight in this race. Sean Long, a newcomer, also coming into the fray in this race with Ben Park and Nathan De La Rosa, all contending here in the top 10, along with Marcy, who was involved in that last wreck before, and our Stage 1 winner, Slider.
Dustin Slider re-emerging inside the top 10, all top 10 up inside, half a second from the race leader. Nearly into turn 3 there, Harris and Greathouse nearly came together there, and Speeds and Harris are clear of Greathouse as they enter turn number 1, and the inside lane has fallen apart.
And if I'm Speeds and Harris, I'm content with just saying in this top lane, this top is just prevailing right now over the bottom lane, but right now it looks like Sidor is getting a little bit of some help now from this 84. Let's see how this bottom lane starts to surge a little bit. Sidor just needs to get up a little bit more closer to that 13 to be able to make moves. But now Scott Kowal is just about clear. Now the 84, Sean Long, has bailed on Sidor, so now it's just those two on the bottom.
Yeah, Greathouse and Sidor are going backwards, and Speeds and Harris are continuing to get smaller out the windshield of Matthew Greathouse's 13 machine. Now Scott Kalal emerging from that high side. Kalal nearly clear on that high side. Now both Speeds and Harris, they drop low. Harris not all the way down as Greathouse fights back. But Speed's trying to play, but Pied Piper trying to play both lines of it here. 31 laps to go. Count it 30 next time by the stripe here from Sin City.
Yeah, Greyhouse is starting to send it a little bit on the entries. I'm watching him on the relative as well. He's really keeping the throttle pinned on that bottom lane, making a heck of a lot of moves right now. Just about up back to side by side all by himself with our race leader Kyle Spees, really powering on that entry, doing all he can to work that right front a little bit, powering that right front. Trying not to use too much of that right rear though, but now he's side by side down the front straightaway with Kyle Spees for the race lead.
Giving it his all there to 13 machine. He said, if I'm not going to get help, screw it, I'm going to do it myself. Matthew Greathouse has turned it up a notch, and he is giving it his all now to try to go mano-a-mano with Kyle Spees out in front of this field here at Las Vegas. Still plenty of trucks still are running here in Las Vegas. Only a few taken out of some wrecks today. All the wrecks today relatively small in terms of the groupings of them, and you know, if we look at it, we still have 29 trucks on the lead lap, and let's count it 23 in the pack. So we're still cooking with a nice field size here, so don't look too soon. We're not done for tonight.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with those other three right there behind Harris. I mean, Kowal, Wally Babb, and Ben Park. I mean, they've all had quiet nights. Kowal we mentioned a couple times, and Babb, but Ben Park.
Oh,
and the rest of the others have quiet.
We might have a truck around in the back. Looks like they keep it going, but looks like Austin DeLong in the center of it again. The 89 truck pounds down the outside wall, and we stay green.
Oh man, that whole checkup just started from the front pack just about with Marcy. I saw Marcy off the pace a little bit on that entry. I don't know if he had help or what, but that caused a chain reaction just behind everybody.
Well, that's going to thin the field out a little bit. Now most of the field, instead of being double or nearly 3 wide, most of the field is starting to single it out now. And now, here we go. Greathouse is all by himself on the inside, Ed. I mean, it looks like a plate track right now. Greathouse has no draft help, and he's going backwards.
Absolutely. I mean, Greyhouse is starting to go backwards. I think he's starting to pay a little bit for pushing a little too hard, trying to get back to speeds, but this top is just really, really rolling right now.
They are.
I'm really surprised with how it is. I thought this bottom would be really dominant tonight, because usually everywhere you go here, like Vegas, even, you know, I don't know, old Atlanta, like the bottom's always where you want to be, but how these trucks are with the horsepower and all that, it's just that top lane can just get a heck of a run on the exits compared to the guys on the bottom, maybe entry to center. I mean, you could see it.
I didn't think the bottom lane was going to be dominant, but I didn't think it was going to fall apart like an Nature Valley bar here on the inside. I mean, this is an utter collapse from the inside lane. Now, Wally Babb, he jumped ship, and he's under attack from Scott Kalal. And now Ben Park joining the mix. Park into the top 5 and looking to maybe make a quick spot here on the 99 of Wally Babb. Don't think you're going to make that quick of a buck on the 99. Last week's winner, Wally Babb, also won at Daytona a couple seasons ago.
Matt Greyhouse just threw a mad crossover on Sean Long and forced Sean to go to the bottom just there. I still kept. You just really made a reference to Nature Valley bar.
Yeah, I did.
I can't get that out of my head right now. Like, you really just made that reference.
It fell apart like a Nature Valley bar. It did.
I don't know what Nature Valley bar you. I don't remember those falling apart like that.
No, man, they fell apart all over my, my lunch in school, man. Like, you can't open one of those things without it raining confetti of Nature Valley bar. Working 24 laps to go here from Las Vegas, and we are now inside the pit window. If we're going to make that last green flag pit stop, you can elect to do it now, and it would still make sense fuel-wise. But do you, seeing how Dalton McKinney, he got burned with that last caution. And McKinney, he is here in that 25th position. He has lost the draft, by the way, the lead pack.
Yeah, that whole checkup really caused a lot of people to leave the pack, too. I mean, got the 89 at Austin DeLong back there as well. I mean, he's the last one, actually, that's not attached to that pack. And then this is a whole second pack between Connor Cunningham and McKinney. Man, Greathouse just gave Babb a shove going down the first straightaway to clear Ben Park and then right now. Oh, man. Wally's clear for days right now. He's catching back up to Kowal right now for fourth, or for third.
Ben Park down on the inside lane, lost a couple spots, back to 7th. more of a one machine.
You know what this kind of reminds me of, him? Kind of reminds me of like an auto club race.
Yep. I mean, that's exactly what it can look like next week. Here in about 1 week's time, Ed, we do have round number 6 of 18 here in the Speed Race Network, a 6th Glytch Truck Series season at the Auto Club Speedway out in Southern California, about 40 miles east of LA is where Auto Club lies, and see it being a very similar race.
Racetracks.
Great track, man. It's so sad to see its full form go away in real life. We're right on board of Andrew Harris here. Gonna see how aggressive he is here behind the 25 of Kyle Spees. And the thing Andrew Harris has been able to do today, Ed, is he has been able to study 25, and hopefully he has had a notepad and pencil with him, because he might need those notes here in a few laps if he's gonna find a way around this 25 machine when it matters most.
Yeah, and I'm also watching the laps too. I mean, we're coming 20 to go now. I mean, the pit window's open.
It
We
is.
had it open for a little bit now, so I'm going to be interested in who's going to be that first taker, because tracks like this, and depending on how you can be without cautions, usually that first one that pits is going to have a decent chunk of a gap.
Oh yeah. And we're
So it's
talking
gonna be
now.
interesting to see who our takers are going to be.
We're in that range now at 82 to 85, right? You know, we're right there. Maybe with that extra caution, maybe knock it a few more laps. So call it maybe 88, 89, maybe up to 10 laps to go. You could probably see someone go. Carl Berg, Jeffrey Vickery, they have pitted from the back of the field. Carl Berg sideways, but they lost the draft, so they didn't lose the draft, I guess, because we still have some trucks up here. But trucks can definitely be thinking about pit stops here very, very soon. I think Facinato's gonna try. Here comes Facinato to try it again. Marcy's coming down. A few more trucks involved. A few more trucks coming down. Dustin Slider and Jeffrey Radke. So the pit stops are happening here, Ed.
Yeah, I'll be interested to watch. I'm literally just going to watch Slider right now and see how he merges back out, because Slider was up there just about with the front pack.
Oh yeah, he was in the top
I'm
10.
hearing this radio blow up right now. Ever since I'm hearing a lot of trucks calling, they're coming.
Here comes Sean Long and Sidor. Many a truck. Here comes the leader. Spees, Harris, Kalal. Harris gets hit. Harris gets ran over by Scott Kalal.
Oh,
Other
boy.
trucks involved. I'm sorry, on the pit lane, Bab and Sidor, Green, Kyle Ryan, Jason Kratke, and more. Maroney, DeLong, Nestor, Miglin. Back up front, it's Matthew Greathouse, the leader. Only 7 trucks haven't pitted yet. Here comes Greathouse, Ben Park, Adela Rosa. They all come in. Dan Park stays out. Connor Cunningham stays out. McKinney's coming in. And Thurlow is going to stay out. And so now the driver's staying out, Ed. They pitted 6 laps later. They are going to stay out a little longer here. They're going to hope for that yellow.
Yeah, I mean, these are all the guys that I think that were running around back in like 15th to 20th positions.
Yep.
I mean, Connor Cunningham we saw running back in that little pack back there with McKinney and them. So this has just surprised me a little bit. I mean, Dan's done this before. I mean, I think, what was it? Was it Chicagoland, I believe, that you and me were on the call? And we saw Dan, I believe, do the same strategy where he ran long, caught a caution, and got up to the top 5 and finished top 10 when he was running around in the back too, I think. I'm pretty sure it was that same track. But, I mean, this is not a bad strategy for them. I mean, it may work out, it may not work out, but...
Gregory Thurlow is in that 38 machine, and Dylan Godinez is in. Everyone else stayed out, by the way. New theoretical leader here, Ed, Sean Long.
Yeah, Sean, again, was one of those quiet guys we saw up there in the front, you know, messing around with Greyhouse, but I'm looking behind him. That 25 truck is moving right now. He's got a heck of a run coming down the front straightaway. Trying to gain on Sean Long. Sean goes to the opposite of third lane. Interesting.
Connor Cunningham has pitted as well. Battle for the lead there. Well, the theoretical lead is Kyle Spees clears all the trucks who have pitted. Next closest is Scott Kalal. Kalal might have a little front end damage from running over the 87 there. There's Dan Park. in the pit lane. Spees unlaps himself.
I'm really surprised that Sean Long didn't fight that as hard as he would. I mean,
He
he
really
really
did not.
looked like he just he literally looked like he just gave it to him.
Yeah,
Like, he went all the way
very-
third lane and gave it to Spees, but I mean, unless he's like hoping, you know, he can wait and then maybe make a move. But I mean, we're looking at maybe a 4-car pack between these 4 right now with Marcy, Kalal, Long, and so see how this plays out. The next pack just behind them is, you know, Wally, Jason Green, and Greyhouse. That's about, I would say maybe about a second, maybe less than a second behind.
And so here we go. Spees. This is the lead pack, really. Spees, Marcy, Long, and Kalal.
Oh,
And-
Kalal looking 3 wide. Oh boy, that looked tough for a minute. I think he thought about it, but
Do any of these guys have anything for Kyle Spees?
man, Sean Long's really falling off. I don't know if maybe the early pit is falling not in his favor here, but we're on 11 laps to go, almost
Well-
10 laps to go, and it doesn't look like anyone's really trying to challenge Spees right now for this lead.
Actually, looks like Sean Long came in at the same time as Kyle Spees. They pit on the same lap. They both pit on 84. Not sure why Sean Long is not really maximizing this, but Marcy and Kalal, they are there. And so the battle here, at least amongst the top 4. They single filed out. We'll look around for a little bit more action. Here's Sidor and De La Rosa for 12.
And Sidor trying to use that pick of a lap truck to try to get around De La Rosa, but it doesn't look like it's going to work in his favor. He's going to try to up back in line. Try to catch that second pack up ahead a little bit there.
Jason Green, Dalton McKenney battling it out for 8th. And how about McKenney in this recovery ad? Remember, McKenney,
Really great.
he was down to 25th not too long ago.
Yeah, really great recovery for McKinney. I mean, opted in the pit a little bit later. Came back out in this pack, too. I forgot what lap he pitted on. I didn't check, actually, but
He pitted on 85.
yeah, so it was decently around where some of these guys were, and he managed to get snuck up in this pack and recover. I mean,
Oh,
you
here we
mentioned we
go.
saw him back, what,
Oh, baby.
22nd? Yeah, Marcy's not waiting now. Oh, we got a truck up in the wall ahead of them, too. He's at 22.
Mike Lepicki out in front of the leaders here. 2 lap trucks here in front of the leaders. This could be intriguing.
Yeah, Mike's going to get out of their way.
Godinez way up the track. 8 laps to go here from Las Vegas. Kyle Spees, Scott Kalal, Joshua Marcy, and Sean Long. The top 4 all under a blanket.
I think it's going to be between these 4, Emerson. I don't know. The second pack is...
They're not gaining. They're losing.
They're not. Yeah, they're losing, if anything. I mean, that last lap, I mean, they were just about even. Not even barely faster than this other pack. And plus, Wally Babb and Greathouse are fighting side by side, too, leading this second pack.
So if somebody is going to dethrone Kyle Spees tonight, it's going to come out of Scott Kalal, Joshua Marcy, or Sean Long. 6
And
laps
Scott
to
Kalal
go.
will be interesting. I'm interested to see how much of a difference that damage to Scott Kalal's truck's going to make, like you mentioned with Andrew Harris, but it doesn't look like anything crazy bad. He's still maintaining with them, too, so looks like he's all okay. Marcy looks like he's trying to pull back up to Sean Long right now, and I'm really curious. I think Sean might have maybe tried to save a little bit
baby,
of
great
tire.
Allison. Ben Park catch the wall.
Oh, boy.
Might not be done yet.
And those are just about affiliate teammates.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, these guys speed side by side. I don't think they're trying to catch the sleep pack unless they're hoping for a caution. They ain't gonna help catch them.
They might beat a caution looking like this. Battling here, Marcy and Kalal. Marcy hits the apron. That's not going to help his case. Coming around to 4 laps to go. Count it, 6 miles to settle it here from Sin City.
Your call when you make the move.
And when you have the run at this point, it looks like the runs are
Yeah.
very hard to come by.
Yeah, they're hard to come by. I think as soon as you get it, you gotta take it. I
You
don't think
have
you
to.
wait till the last lap.
There's no way
No
to.
way.
Oh, here we go. Movement around the lap truck up here. 3 laps
Marcy
to go.
too. I mean, you got to try to find something here too. He found a little bit of something off of 3 or 4 on that middle lane. He caught up to Kowal again. Sean Lawn's also looking a little bit too. I'm more watching the second pack because I'm waiting for them to wreck. I mean, they just about wrecked about 2 laps in a row.
Yeah, they're looking crazy back here.
Oh my God, Ben and Warren just about be contact again.
They're going 2, 3 wide back here with the lap truck.
Oh, they're 3 wide in the back.
Oh, here we go!
The wall.
Ben gets hit into the
green.
wall, and more trucks going
Oh,
around
green.
now. Daniel Miglin goes around, and the caution comes out. Overtime here from Las Vegas, and Daniel Miglin goes around, and we saw it all live.
Oh, we said it was going to come from this second pack, and it absolutely came from that second pack.
This wreck was happening for half a lap, Ed. Just watch above. We saw most of it live, but here we go. So everyone going around a 9 truck of Aaron Gerwitz. And the initial contact happens up here. Bab and Park get together. Bab slams the 1 into the wall. And then Miglin trying to avoid Park. A little contact there with the 89 of DeLong. Also going around a 55. Jason Green went around in this wreck as well. Look, no, it looks like he saved it.
And what's interesting about that too, Emerson, was DeLong was the first car or the first truck a lap down. And that just hurt his chance of getting back on the lead lap there, and that's going to help somebody else. So he's going to be stuck a lap down being involved in that caution.
So unfortunate for him, man. He was just trying not to be involved in the caution. He was just trying to hold his lucky dog position, man.
And then also looking ahead, I mean, I was expecting not a lot of people to come to pit road. I was expecting a couple, maybe some, but the most noticeable one I see was Dalton McKinney.
Yep, 10th on back.
Road. Oh, McKinney, maybe two tires, 4 tires.
Top 12 stay out.
It's gonna be 4 tires.
Might as well. If you're coming down pit road right now, put on 4 fresh ones. You're back in 12th now. At best, or you're back at best being 13th on this restart. You need 4 fresh tires to get around everyone.
I'm definitely gonna have my eyes glued to that 46 truck.
Oh,
I mean,
baby.
That 46 is gonna be ripping the top. I would not imagine. All right, as soon as that green flag comes out.
He is going to be cooking. Now, today's race has actually been a pretty pleasant race, Ed. I think we've had a good mix, right? We've had good strategy. We've had a little bit of chaos. We've had a good green flag racing. We've had great green flag racing. Let's be real. It's been great. But here we go. It all boils down to overtime. It's our 5th caution of the day. But right now, we are working lap 101 of 100. So we're in overtime. The green-white checkered restart. They have 3 attempts. You've seen everybody be somewhat respectful, especially even there at the closing laps. Still give a little respect there up until about 5 laps to go. How crazy do these guys, all these guys in old tires get? And then, you know, how you know, argy-bargy they're going to be with the guys on new tires coming through.
So, I know we saw Speeds controlling majority of this race. And how this track plays like almost like a super speedway. You gotta try to dictate both lanes.
Oh, yeah.
And the interesting thing here is the guy that gets the run, I don't think he's gonna even bail out of it. I mean, you gotta block to block, but
You have to.
how aggressive of a block you throw before you hurt yourself, you know? That's what I was trying to get to. But it's like, you know, Kalal, I can't remember his last win. I know Marcy's probably hunting for a win. Sean Long, I know, is a newcomer and definitely looking for a win. Matt Grayhouse has been close this whole year and
Last season
definitely would love a win. Yeah, I mean, all these guys, top 5, you know, all want wins, but I think Spees is going to be in the catbird seat for this restart because he's going to get the jump, but I don't think he should try to get too far of a jump to where all these guys are going to get a run on him down the straightaway. But if I'm him, I'm almost going to want to take it like an IndyCar and move around and try to not let either lane get a decent run on him. If anything, I want that bottom lane to get the run and maybe stay side by side with the top.
Oh yeah. But what we've seen on these restarts also, and now granted those were on new tires, but on almost every restart, so there has been a challenger for the leader. You know, Kyle Spees, you know, has not led the first lap after the restart in a while. You know, we saw McKinney pass him, we saw Greathouse pass him, we saw Harris even get a lap led. You know,
Yeah, and then also looking at the people that pit, you know, McKinney came out in 13th. So, say we get another yellow and go more green, white checkers, and he gets a little bit more spots. He's just inches closer with fresher tires than the rest of his field up in front of him. But the only negative side of it, he's starting on the bottom.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the bottom. He's gonna barge his way forward, and even if he does get a yellow, that's gonna put a heat cycle on the tires. It's gonna be intriguing.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to get to that top lane fast.
Well, here we go, Ed. We've sat here all night, and it's all coming down to this. It is overtime here in the Speed Racing Network Glitch Truck Series. And just like real life oval racing overtime, it works the same way. In this series, we have 3 attempts of overtime. The first lap, the leader will see the green flag. If they can make it all the way back around to the start-finish line, they will get the white. And from there, the next flag, whether it be caution or checkered, ends the race. If they don't make it to the white, if a caution comes out before the leader gets the white flag, we re-rack and we would do it again. And so, as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down the pit lane, the field in the hands of Kyle Spees, and it is overtime racing here from Las Vegas. Spees with a great run, Kalaw drops down to the inside. And into turns 1 and 2, Spees and Kalaw, big run here, trying to get to the outside of Kyle Spees.
Yeah, he got the run. He's got to take it now. He's trying to side draft him back, but with no help, he's going to basically stay side by side. Spees protecting that white line, not trying to get any 3 wide shenanigans going behind him, but Kalaw just staying just about even with Spees, as Spees is darting a nose ahead a little bit on the entry. Kalaw with another side draft going out of the corner.
Big wreck about huge wreck, and the caution comes out. Oh my goodness. Oh, holy cow, Ed. I don't know if you saw those hits, man.
Oh, I just caught a glimpse of it. I saw one truck just about on its lid.
Oh my goodness. That was massive. Well, we're gonna do it again. And what we're also gonna do is we're gonna find a replay. Goodness gracious. And well, cold tires is everything. We'll see what this replay here. Kind of saw this one coming with the cold tires. Didn't expect it to be like this though. It's the big one here in Las Vegas. We'll slow it down
right
here.
There. 87. Yep. You just saw 87 got loose on the entry right there. He's trying to gather it. And I'm gonna take a wild guess that he wasn't able to gather it.
He was not. He slides down in front of the field, clips Miglin back across the track into McKinney. Huge hit there. I mean, Riley Facciato, big time air. Big hits there for Radke and oh my goodness. Andrew Harris goes upside down.
God. Who's that other one on the grass that just about got airborne too? There's that black truck. Looked like a 62 or 52. I couldn't get that number.
52 is no,
yeah, 52 or 62. I saw something with a 2.
Let's see. All I know is this one was massive, man. Wow, wow, wow. Go back and do one more time. We're gonna go to the static shots for this replay.
I never would have thought we'd get that big of a wreck here.
This one was massive, man. Look at this big hit. Oh.
That's the worst way to hit, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Going right up into the safer barrier on the right-hand side.
Massive, massive wreck.
Look at everybody just coming slowly through the back, like trying to avoid all that. And then in that wreck was a couple of guys too that came in for those fresh tires. I saw McKinney going through the grass and getting a little bit of bumps and dents there to his truck.
Big, massive hits there.
McKinney Harris right on his hood.
Right on board with Andrew Harris. This one.
Sure you want to? We're about to get sick. We're about to be on a roller coaster here.
Yeah, we're gonna ride on board with the 87 here.
Yeah, right there. That little flinch to the right, and it's just gonna keep going. Oh boy.
Wow. Wow.
The fact that this isn't like real life almost, Emerson, too, is like if that thing would have hitched in the grass right there.
Oh, he would have been barrel rolling for days.
That thing would have kept barrel rolling, yeah.
I want to try to get a wider shot to see what you were talking about. Maybe this angle might do a little justice here. This is
like right there, that little flinch.
I'm trying to see the truck you put down again.
It was a dark colored truck, and it looked like it had a 2 on the side. It's like right there on the far right. He's coming in to pitch.
Oh, that's
right
Godinez. That's 88. Dylan Godinez.
Oh, that's an 8. Okay. Yeah, he about caught air and almost went airborne.
Big, I mean, massive hits, man. That one was huge. And we're talking the rest of the field there, man. Probably like 10, 12 trucks involved in that one. We'll get one more look at it. Get back to it. Massive hits there. Oh, here we go. We're doubled up and getting ready to do it again, Ed. Second overtime attempt.
Yeah. I mean, that was just wild. I mean, I don't know if we have enough trucks again to do that. But,
I wouldn't put anything past anyone, man.
yeah.
Things get crazy in overtime.
But we have a newcomer up here to the front now with Matthew Greathouse.
Yeah,
This
how
is
about
gonna be
Nathan
a-
De La Rosa too?
I'm curious what happened to Scott Kowal, because he came down pit road. And now he's back all the way in 23rd.
Unfortunate there. Not sure what happened with Scott Kalal. What we do know is we got our second overtime attempt, and so is the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety in the pit lane. Overtime attempt number 2 from Las Vegas. Good run there, Wally Babb. Now closing up the gap there to Kyle Spees, and a big run here. Babb all over the 25. Hits the bumper. Greathouse to the inside.
Well, he went for the move. I think he went a little too early. Now Greathouse opened the door to the bottom.
But this might
This is
solidify
exactly what
it.
Spees.
Yup.
No, this is what Spees wants in his mirror. He wants them both side by side, but Greathouse powers it in. He closes the door on Greathouse. Oh man, Spees is back on wreck, but we're coming back to the white flag.
White flag here. This is gonna do it. Greathouse all over the tailgate of the 25 machine. Who wants it more?
Waller's trying to fill up that mirror of Greathouse, but Greathouse is too focused right now trying to get a run on this 25. He's going to have a run coming off turn 2. Watch this run. What is Greathouse going to do with it?
What is he gonna do with it? Side by side here to turns 3. Greathouse tries to jump up, trying to get to the quarter panel. Spees with the block out of turn number 4 to the stripe. It's going to be Kyle Spees winning here in Las Vegas. And as the field wrecks behind him. Truck's up and over. We got a truck barrel rolling here, guys. Some sort of truck. We'll get a replay of it. What we do know here is that Kyle Spees dominates today, and he will be tonight's driver sitting in Glytch Truck Series victory lane.
I mean, just dominant from Kyle Spees. I mean, my pick, Emerson, I got a 1-for-0 nothing right now.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll take it. Thank you, Kyle. But, I mean, it was easily a decent truck all night. We've seen it. He led the field. took control of both the lanes, did good at Atlanta last week. Just basically played in his ballpark with the same thing, and now he's going to burn it down in Vegas and possibly go have a couple drinks and play the blackjack table.
Incredible job from Kyle Spees today, man. He played his cards right, no pun intended. Actually, pun fully intended. And what a great job there from the 25 of Kyle Spees. And we'll go ahead and we'll find our race winner in that number 25 machine. You know what we have to do, Ed? We're going to go ahead and hear from our race winner, driver of the number 25, Kyle Spees. And Kyle, how about it, man? The win, finally, man. It came your way. You've been working on it all season, and today you dominated. You had this field under wraps today.
Yes, sir. Like you said, I've been trying to work for it. I've been trying to get it. Even with my points lead, all I wanted to get was a win to make sure I'm good to go, and I finally got it. So props to me, props to the team, props to everyone tonight.
Absolutely, Kyle, and a very well-deserved victory. And I did start to notice, at least on the restarts, that first lap, you always kind of had a challenger with you on those restarts when you were the leader. You weren't always that first one back to the start-finish line a lap afterwards. How worried were you as you got to overtime that you were going to be able to hold on to the race lead?
Very nervous about it, and like you said, there was always somebody there. We had that first one on the overtime, and I noticed that the top lane did get a push. Obviously, I ran the top lane most of the race, so I knew that could have happened. I was like, man, I'm gonna get blown by, and luckily we got that caution, and I ended up staying second, I believe. And so we restarted, or first maybe. First I stayed, obviously, and then we kept going there. I just knew I needed to get to the top side there at the end with everyone pushing. Luckily, me and Wally were both stuck together and both went up, so he helped me there to start, and then helped with Great House. But the nerves were rolling. I'll say that. Luckily, like I said, had a teammate there and got through, so made it work tonight.
You certainly did, Kyle. It's been a great start to the season with all the podiums and now a victory. And now you can go about the rest of the regular season without even thinking that you have to win. You're going to be locked into the playoffs. Of course, the wins are great, and I'm sure you want to continue to build those bonus points. But how do you now approach Auto Club differently than you might have if you didn't get the job done today?
Still, I will be going into every race with the same mentality. Like you said, I may have gotten the spot, don't have to worry about it, but I do want to go in and still try to make a good season. I've been pretty dominant for me, myself. I think I've been doing great, like you said, getting podiums. This is my first win. If I can go through the season and stay first and still have my win and maybe rack on a couple more bonus points with more wins, I would love that more than anything. So definitely not going to be laying back or laying off knowing that I'm in now. So I'll still be coming, battling, and trying to stay up front all season long.
Absolutely. Well, Cal, again, a very dominant performance here from the Diamond in the Desert in Virtual Sin City. Congratulations on the victory tonight here in Las Vegas, and best luck to you the rest of the season, Cal.
I appreciate it, guys.
And that was our race winner, driver of the number 25, Kyle Spees. And now, Ed, you will be standing by with our second place finisher, the driver who was all over that tailgate trying to get it to the checkers, driver of the number 13 out of JBR, Matthew Greathouse.
Yeah, Matthew Greathouse, just a little bit, couldn't do anything about that run. I mean, he had multiple chances at it. It's just tough to get these runs here. Matt, was there any different kind of strategy you had to think there? Were you thinking about maybe wrecking him or moving him up the track or anything like that? It seemed like that was your only way there, but heck of a run, though.
No, man, I'm not gonna intentionally wreck someone. I'm gonna race him hard, but I've never had an issue with Kyle. He's always raced me with respect. So, you know, I just drove to the best of my ability, and you know, I put it on his right rear coming out of the corner, and you know, I made a few moves to try to get clean air on the nose and get a little momentum, and it just didn't work out. So, it's all good, man. I'm happy with the second. There was a lot of wrecks and wasn't a part of that. So, Uh, was looking at a 5th place finish for that caution and ended up 2nd, so can't really complain.
Yeah, there was a lot of strategy throughout tonight. I know the couple of cautions played in some certain drivers' favors, and all the strategies were going everywhere. But it was just a lot of top dominance tonight. It seemed like out of these trucks, and not a lot of bottom. But you were able to make that bottom work a lot. I seen you kind of overpower a little bit on the bottom by yourself to try to get yourself side by side with the top lane. Just about. Was there any kind of overuse of tires that you were trying to use there, or is it just basically I just gotta try to do everything I can to stay side by side with these guys?
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit finicky tonight with the lanes. The top seemed to come in and was pretty good after 10 laps or so. But the tires were wearing pretty bad in the bottom, and I kind of noticed if I kind of backed up my entry just a little bit early on in the run, it helped me. 10 laps in, I was able to still pull the bottom pretty good, and I felt like I was running the bottom probably better than anybody. At least after tires, after everybody had moved to the top, I did gain some spots, so it was still working for me. But just too many trucks in a line on the top, and didn't really have any help or much help on the bottom. And but after 10, 12 laps, it was smart to get to the top and make moves there to get to somebody's right rear and just make the pass. That was pretty much the move. That's what I was trying to do to Kyle at the end there. I was trying to set him up thinking I was going to go low a few times, and then I jumped to the outside, got on the quarter, and another lap it would have been pretty close. But yeah, it was fun though. I mean, we had some wrecking tonight and some disagreements with some guys, but overall, I mean, up front we had a heck of a battle. It was fun. I was in both lanes, going forwards and backwards, seemed like a lot, and just happy to get a P2, just climbing up the points.
Yeah, like you mentioned, climbing up the points. I mean, you're off to a great start this season, Matt. It was a great finish from up here to watch, and definitely looking forward to calling more of these races like that. And we'll see you at Auto Club next week, and congratulations on your second place finish.
All right, thanks, guys. I just want to say thanks to everybody at JBR. Joined the new team this year, and it's been a great transition, and I'm happy to be a part of JBR and everything. So also want to shout out all the sponsors at JBR, Bolify, Glytch Energy, Advent Health, or I'm sorry, Advent Edge Marketing. All of the partners that we have that help us out, and we can run those good looking trucks. So but yeah, so looking forward to Auto Club, and we'll see you guys, I think, in 2 weeks, right?
I believe so, Em. I would imagine.
I think
it's
we have
2
a week off. It's good. We're gonna have a week off.
Yeah, we do have a week off there for the build.
Yep.
See you
All right,
then.
guys. Thanks, guys.
That was second place finisher, driver of the number 13, Matthew Greathouse. And we'll be talking to our third place finisher now out of Threat Level Midnight Motorsports. Last week's winner follows it up with another podium finish here tonight at Las Vegas. Wally Bab, how about it, man?
What a race, man. That was wild. I love Vegas. Kyle was pretty dominant tonight. A lot of back and forth. You seen it. The bottom was good for a few laps. You wanted to get up high. I felt like I got stuck down there a few times. But it kind of worked out at the end. I just had a slight checkup when I got in the turn one with Kyle, and Great House snuck under me. But other than that, it was a good race.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask about that. What could you have done differently on that overtime restart? Looked like you had a great restart, just couldn't make the most of it. The timing looked a little off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of them things, and the trucks are fast here, and the draft pulls you, but it's not like it's almost like you need 3 laps, to get the run going.
Yeah.
And if you're that front truck's got the advantage, not having the worry about any, they got clean air, and it drives a whole lot different. We love running these things in the officials too, but it was definitely a fun race tonight.
It seemed like it, Wally. It was absolutely chaos last week and started to look like that at the end here this week. You put together again that win last week, a podium this week, stringing together a nice little batch of runs. You have a week off before you head to Auto Club. You know, how do you view the rest of the season from here, man?
Like I said last week, I got that win under there, and that was a chip off the shoulder. Now I'm having fun, and it's kind of working. It's working out. Everybody's up front was running pretty good and racing hard. So I'm just gonna collect as many points as I can, and hopefully get my teammates up there, get them a win, get them locked in. Other than that, I'm gonna have fun. Let y'all I get to go back and watch all these broadcasts y'all put on.
There you go, man. We surely appreciate it. Well, Wally, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight here at Las Vegas, and best luck to you in 2 weeks' time at Auto Club.
Let me shout out Threat Level, Midnight Motorsports, Lucky Dog Racing, all the guys, y'all for putting on an awesome broadcast, and SRN, and all the league sponsors. And I'll see y'all next time.
Absolutely. And so that was driver of number 99, our third place finisher tonight, in Wally Babb. And so now we have our race results to go through here tonight. We'll be sure to go through them here, and they'll be up on the screen. And we'll take a look at them here. And so it is Kyle Speed's the race winner. Then second place finisher was the 13 of Matthew Greathouse. From there we have our third place finisher, Wally Babb. We heard from all of them tonight. Finishing in fourth was Jason Green, and finishing fifth then was Connor Cunningham in that Ford machine. Finishing in sixth, we had Dustin Slider. Finishing seventh, Nathan De La Rosa. Ben Park will finish eighth, Michael Sidor ninth, and Sean Long to round out the top 10. Ed?
And Gregory Furlow in 11th, along with Jeffrey Radke in 12th, Dalton McKinney in 13th, along with Jason Crackey 14th, Jeffrey Vickery in 15th, along with Joshua Marcy in 16th, Scott Kalal in 17th, Zach Maroney in 18th, Ben Morrow 19th, Robert Nestor rounding out the top 20.
And that's the top 20. From 21st, we have driver of the number 69, Rylan Facinato. 22nd, Daniel Miglin. 23rd will be Dan Park. And then we get to the drivers a lap down in Austin DeLong and Michael Lepicki. 3 laps down, Aaron Gerwitz in the 9 machine. 5 laps off the pace, Carl Burke and Andrew Harris. The rest of Heartbreakers row, 29th place, Dustin Godinez. 7 laps off the pace, Kyle Ryan 30th, 8 laps down. 31st, we had Aiden Graham, 31 laps off the pace. Derek Da Silva, 32nd, 48 laps off the pace. 33rd, Byron McDonald, only got a couple laps under his belt. Looks like Walt Lepicki ended up getting disqualified. He scored in 34th, but he's 21 laps off the pace there. And you can see the carnage behind the slow-mo. Trucks up and over. Look at that. 65 of Aiden Graham. We got a truck eating the catch fence back there. I mean, good thing this isn't real life, Ed, or we had any more laps to go. When any vehicle gets the catch fence like that, Ed, that's hours of catch fence repair. We would have had to end the race early. Luckily, that was after the checkers.
Yeah, we would have been definitely seeing y'all tomorrow.
Oh man. Well, while we're at it, I guess we'll take a moment. We'll take a look at some of those last lap wreck replays, because that was carnage, absolute carnage back there, and we didn't really get a good shout at it. So let's go ahead. Let's go and see what happened on that last lap. We're gonna see everyone come into the checkers here. We're gonna try to find that replay for you. Looks like it was about back there with Aiden Graham. Or Graham maybe came up into the wreck. But to see here. And a lot of this happens up above or up ahead. But here we go. We see Graham trying to catch up into the wreck. Yeah, that's right. It's happening all in front of him.
Oh yeah.
And, oh my goodness! And he just comes in. Oh my goodness! Big hit there.
I couldn't make out the truck number.
Yeah, we're gonna go back. We'll have to go investigate a little bit more then on that last lap wreck. We'll go a little further up the running order. I think it was around here. Yeah, looks like it. Oh,
right
Miglin gets hooked.
In the 31.
I think through Kalal. Nice run through the grass. Oh
This
my.
This guy is like, I'm finishing through the grass. I'm not trying to finish.
Oh man, that was great.
Rather take the 1X than the 4X.
There we go. We'll be able to find a wreck now. Maybe we just have to run a static cam from here.
Marcy was finished up in 51. Who was that? Vickery?
Yeah, the 51 of Vickery. There you see the 54 of Kratky, the 38 of Thurlow, the 35 of Marcy. Up the track. Bam!
Radke.
Hard into the wall. Radke and McKinney.
Yep. And then here comes everybody else.
Yep. My goodness.
So, yeah, I'll start with Marcy hitting Vickery, and then it looked like Marcy came down and got Megan.
Absolute carnage. We'll take a couple more looks at it. Get one from up above. Just wow, man.
Go watch Marcy. He drives up the track a little bit, trying to get the 51 up. And then it looked like I don't know.
Here comes everyone afterwards,
I want to say he
man.
got loose.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thurlow. Man, just right up the track. He gets a whole tailgate full of 65 and...
Right in the passenger side, too.
Oh, man. You know, we're getting right on board with Aiden Graham as the last replay from this wreck. Just absolute carnage. There, checker flags out, gotta gun it, get all the spots you can. Oh, then gain many spots and truck in your lap.
And yep. Bring the truck back in one piece. We don't want to fix anything. And yep, we're gonna fix some stuff now.
Oh yeah. And that's how this one came to an end tonight, guys. All we know from there is Cal Speeds brought it home in victory lane from dead. Want to give a huge shout out to all of our partners here at Speed Racing Network. A huge shout out to Glytch. Of course, make sure you use code SRN10 for 10% off of your Glytch purchases. Shout out to Thermo Pro, or it's our series partner for Wednesdays, and make sure you use code Thermo Pro Team for 15% off of your Thermo Pro products. And of course, Admin Box, who has been on your screen all evening long. Make sure you use code SRN-box, that's BOXX, for 10% off of your Admin Box purchases. And while you're watching on YouTube, guys, we greatly appreciate if you would like and subscribe. As we try to strive for some subscription goals here at Speed Racing Network, we appreciate all the support we can get from there. And of course, while you're there, you might check out the Speed Racing Network Premium Membership Program for $4.99 a month. Well, you'll get access to loyalty badges and custom emojis, exclusive wallpapers and photos, early access to new content, member shoutouts, members only live chats, and priority reply to comments. You can get that for $4.99 a month today at the Speed Racing Network YouTube channel and become a Speed Racing Network Premium member. While you're at it, guys, check out all of our social media outlets where we post all things SRN. We are now starting to post clips after the race, highlights and all that jazz waiting for you there, updates and entry lists and points and so much more waits for you on our social media outlets. Go ahead and give them a shout. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/Speed Racing Network, our X page at Speed Racing Net, our Instagram at Speed Racing Network, our YouTube at youtube.com/Speed Racing Network, our Twitch at Speed Racing Net, our LinkedIn at linkedin.com/company/Speed Racing Network, and of course the website where you can keep up with everything SRN in terms of news, points, schedules, and all that jazz awaits for you at speedracingnetwork.com. And well, Ed, we had a very fun night tonight here in Las Vegas. How about it, man?
Yeah. Probably pretty casual night. I mean, I expected a couple of wrecks, but we had a couple of ones upside down, but had a little bit of a strategy and a little bit of chaos, and the green white checker was nice. You know, it made an exciting finish. I mean, Grey House had a heck of a run there towards the end, but Kyle Speeds was just one of the dominant trucks of tonight and controlled it about from the race on, and definitely deserved to have the truck in victory lane tonight. So congrats to Kyle and the whole team, and yeah, do it again in 2 weeks at Auto Club. I'm excited for that. I'm really looking forward to that. Auto Club is definitely one of the underrated tracks, and it's gonna be interesting to see how we do when we take the trucks there.
Absolutely. And well, that'll do it for us here from Las Vegas. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Speed Racing Network, Ed Shearer and myself, Emerson Arden, thank you all so much for watching, And we'll see you tomorrow night when the Thermo Pro Series keeps it going here in Sin City, or in 2 weeks' time when the Glytch trucks take to SoCal's Auto Club Speedway.